Guys, what's going on? Carlos here from YuGiDojo. Just posted up a new article on the website, www.yugidojo.com, which is our website that we have there. And I was actually reading an article inside a poker magazine, and it got me thinking about, how we can play Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit better. What the name of the article, if you look at the site, is called "Playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Well is a Process. Train Your Brain." I mean, like, what are you talking about? Well, knowing how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Well doesn't mean that you will play Yu-Gi-Oh! Well. Sometimes our emotions get the better of us, and many players, including maybe even you, I know it's me sometimes, fail to realize that, we have to train our brains to do the most common of plays. We need to discipline our mind to automatically do Yu-Gi-Oh! Concepts, that relate to the situation in the game there. Let's say, I'm going to give you an example of something that I mean by training your brain. You know how to spell now. You learned the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, V, whatever. You know the alphabet already. And right now, you're spelling words and everything, but you're not thinking about, when you have to spell the word face, F-A-C-E, you're not thinking, S. You're not doing all of that to spell it out. You know it already. So you write it real quickly because you trained your brain on spelling there. Also, let's say that's similar to like driving. You know how to drive. You're not always thinking, oh, do I got to push the pedal now? Do I got to switch gears? Do I do this? No, you look around, you see what's going on, you're driving, you're talking to your buddy, you're listening to the radio, you're focusing on other things, but you're still driving because you trained your brain how to do that. So we need to kind of train our brain like that with those basic concepts within Yu-Gi-Oh! Because knowing the basic concepts and doing it automatically, we can start doing other things with our brains. We can start thinking of different plays or doing different things during the game, so we can adapt to what's going on inside the game. It's not always, that easy to train our brain to do that, but we can, just like we did with the alphabet and everything. Some people basically, let's say, for example, I'm going to give you an example, Yu-Gi-Oh! Example. Let's say you're playing against a Black Wings player, and they go first, and they happen to set, 2 back rows, and they happen to set a monster too. Now, automatically, since they're playing Black Wings, you should already conceive inside your mind that face-down monster is going to be a value. It may not be, but you got to train your thoughts of thinking that it is, because that's one of the monsters that they're going to want to get rid of right away to go into the graveyard. And two, one of those 2 set back rows can possibly be an Icarus attack there, because they can use their value to go to the graveyard, get rid of 2 of your cards. So conceivably, you need to know this automatically, so you're only going to play 1 card because they can do that Icarus attack. Why give them the advantage? And knowing what that card is, putting it in the graveyard may not be the best thing for you either. So either you can just set 1 card and go. You can do that automatically. You don't have to take a couple of minutes to think about it. You're already having it in your mind on what it is, or different decks, different plays that they do there. You want to get these concepts inside your mind real quickly, because this game is timed, so you may actually wind up going up into time with your matches. And sometimes, just like me, I've lost some matches because I've overthought things. I've thought about the basics and then thought about the next moves there. And if I've known those basic moves, my time would have been shut down a lot more quickly. Some people, when they lose, sometimes they say, they blame everything. They say, oh, it was luck. I lost because my opponent got lucky, or something happened. They blame everything except themselves, when they can possibly be the reason why they lost. They didn't have the basic concepts, Yu-Gi-Oh! Concepts to go into while they're playing. So they misplayed, basically. And with that, if we get our concepts straight, we can start focusing on the bigger plays, the bigger broad plays, and we're going to start thinking about things that we possibly didn't even think of that we can do. Whether it be synchroing to get a level 6 and then being able to synchro that into a level 8. You know, most of the time we think of when we synchro our monster, that monster is going to be the monster that's going to win us the game, and sometimes that monster just needs to help us out to get to the next level of what we need to get to. Let's say a level 8 or whatever it may be. You know, so we got to start training our brains to know the basics. I mean, even the basic stuff of, you know, how many back rows to set up when you start playing. You know, don't set all 5 back rows right away, because, you know, granted, Heavy Storm's not around, but they may have something that can basically destroy your back rows. You know, if you're playing against a Blackwings player, they can play that, what is it, a deck devastation or whatever card it is. I forgot what it is that they can destroy your back rows, basically. Being that you just set them, you can't even use them. So, you know, you got to play smart. Things like that, like, I know I keep on using Blackwings as an example, but that's just because what I can think of off the top of my head. But little basic concepts like that will change the game for you so much that you're going to start seeing things that you're going to start processing these things that you never thought of, you know. So I'm going to tell you, start learning, training. Oh, as a matter of fact, the only way you get most of these concepts is from experiencing it. So as you're playing, think about what you're doing and start training your brain on doing that consistently. If you're playing a particular deck and you're going to be playing it for a while, know those plays. Get that down inside your brain. When I have this card, I'm going to use Gravekeepers because that's what I use. Let's say when I, you know, flip summon a spy, what card am I going to get? Am I getting the Descendant or am I getting the Recruiter? Know those plays ahead of time. Okay, I'm going to go get, if it's in battle phase, I'm going to go get the Descendant so that they can't stop me from bringing out my Descendant. You know, that they can't bottomless my Descendant. Granted, they can Solemn Warning it, but if that's the case, then let them Solemn Warning. They're taking 2,000 for that. But those are the type of plays that you have to know, let's say, from your deck, and that's what I've learned from experience. You know, so those are the type of things, and I've been winning more games recently by doing that. I've been training my thoughts, training my brain of which cards do I need to get in what situations in order to help me win the game. So I know what I told you may be a little bit complicated. You know, it's more complicated than, let's say, spelling and driving, but the rewards are really great. You know, you'll find yourself winning much more often, and you know winning is a whole lot more fun than losing. So hopefully this helped you guys out. Thumbs up the video if you haven't subscribed to our channel here. You know, and go check out the website. Like I said, we put up videos there. I mean, we put up articles up there all the time that sometimes we don't get to make videos about. I just happened to make one about this one because I thought it was really, really helpful and would help you guys out, because it's helped me out a lot. So like I said, rate, thumbs up it, and if you have other things that you can think of about this from this video, write it down inside the comments. I love hearing your comments, and we interact, because like I said one time before in our other video, we need to communicate with each other in order to become better players. You know, that was one of my resolutions, you know, for this year. So help me out. Hope this helped you out. Speak to you guys later. Bye. You could get with this, or you could get with that. This is where it's at.